Aldo with the flying knee. Oh! Jose Aldo! He knocked him out with his balls, Mike. It's a testicle knockout. Let's look at the replay. Balls right in the face, Joe. A classic mummy guard. Look for him to break his body in half here to stop Gil Melendez from getting in his guard. Joe, as we know, the only way to get into the mummy guard is by jumping erratically a la Babalu. For the fans at home that are maybe new to the sport, is he allowed to kick him in the balls that much, Joe? Only if he's been completely frozen for several minutes, Mike. Joe, why is it that Kat Zingano is so hard to shake here? Half of Kat's torso is actually fused to the mat. She's also been able to distort her body in some positions that I can only describe as supernatural. Very grudge-like, Joe. And Conor McGregor seems completely unaffected by this onslaught by Bruce Lee, Joe. He's got a hell of a chin, Mike. A hell of a chin. Reminds me of a young Babalu. No, he doesn't, Mike. Kat Zingano moving forward, and Liz Carmouche is thrown in the air by a demonic force. You're scrambling. Looks like Uriah's got the upper hand. Uriah Faber's wearing him around like a backpack. This is a bad position, Mike. Backpacks go through a lot of wear and tear. He was able to avoid becoming Uriah's pants earlier, but it looks like he's stuck here. Uriah going for a submission. What are his options, Joe? I see 13 different backpack-related submissions here. He really needs to watch himself, and he's out. Chris Weidman trying to spawn a second Chris Weidman. He's having some trouble getting detached, and he's out, Joe. Yeah, but that second Chris Weidman looks broken, Mike. He might have to start again. The start of round 2. Scott Jorgensen should not have had that fifth of vodka between rounds. Did not pay off, Joe. Alexis Davis and Kat Zingano in an intense breakdance battle. These moves are straight sick, Joe. Mike, nobody talks like that. And it is all over. Kat Zingano. Joe, break down the replay. Kat is pretending to sleep. She's so embarrassed by Alexis's moves, and there's no coming back from that. Alexis Davis was indeed served, Joe. Welcome to our very first prelim of the night. Little Country has exited the cage to fight a cameraman. Look at how calm that cameraman is. He didn't even budge. Dude's a pro. Little Country trying to get back into the cage. It looks like he possibly forgot how to walk or use his arms, Joe. Yeah, he's trying to, but cages are tough. You know, you're sitting here watching this at home, you're like, why can't he just climb over the cage? It's not like that. It's a lot harder than it looks, and he can't just phase through the fencing. And he is phasing through the fencing, Joe. And TJ Dillashaw has done it again, Joe. Mike, there's a Bigfoot. He's being strangled, Mike. John Dodson is taking some huge shots from Cub Swanson, Joe. He's in serious trouble here, Mike. If he doesn't defend himself, Mario Yamasaki is going to need to stop this fight. Joe, I'm being told by someone in the truck that John Dodson has become immortal. Well, somebody should have told that to Cub Swanson before he took this fight, Mike. I don't think that's fair. You have to admire his spirit, though, Joe. He is throwing everything he has at John Dodson, who, if you're just joining us, has become some sort of godlike creature. Oh, no, Dodson's got him down. Mario Yamasaki needs to stop this. This is going to get bad, Mike. Joe, it appears that Cub Swanson may be immortal as well. What an incredible matchup. I have to think this is going the distance, and he's dead. My mistake. Take another look at the replay. Huge overhand shot by Chuck Liddell, and that is when the alien inside Vitor breaks his spine and pushes through his stomach. Joe, they are really getting after that air guitar. They really are, Mike. This is crazy. I've never seen air guitar like this. It looks like they might be playing Highway to the Danger Zone, Joe. No, Mike. No, they're not. A lot of ice in that cage. I hope nobody slips. You see? This is why we clean up ice. Here we go, the start of round 2, and a little bit of trouble on the glove touch. Joe, walk us through it. He went for the glove touch, he missed and fell, and he became a fish. These things happen. A lot of fighters becoming fish out of water lately, Joe. Oh, look, he's trying to walk. Mike, fish cannot walk. They lack the legs to do so. Sayers with the spinning kick, and all of his bones have disintegrated. Mike, Jose Aldo's taking shots! I don't know how many more of that exact same punch he can take! Jose Aldo, almost statue-like in his focus, reminds me of James Toney, Joe. Joe, Chris Weidman is not intimidated by the Spider. He's not! Look, he's getting right in his face! I've never seen somebody stand so close and at the same time do absolutely nothing. A brief kiss, and it looks like they're trying to fuse together to make the greatest middleweight of all time, Joe. Oh, don't be scared, homie. Classic Nick Diaz. An invisible monster has assisted Weidman with the takedown, Joe. That's gotta be illegal. Joe, does Khabib realize that he is both levitating and fighting the air? I'm not sure, Mike. He's like a little jackrabbit. He is beating the hell out of that air, Mike. They clinch up, and Nate goes straight into the Scarecrow defense. Joe, explain it to the folks at home. Mike, Nate is pretending to be a scarecrow to both intimidate and confuse his opponent. You can see Anthony is not exactly sure how to react to this. Look for Nate to take advantage and get some good shots in. Barao taken down, but he's dangerous off his back. He needs to be careful, Mike. And Barao is playing airplane with him, Joe. This is crazy. Joe, it appears that space and time have ceased to exist. It was a pleasure knowing you, and it's back. Here we go, start of round 1. John Jones, very unorthodox. Looks like he's going for a fish out of water takedown. He gave up, Joe. Joe, it's truly incredible what these athletes can do with weight cuts. Rogers weighs in at 155 pounds, and then he super hydrates back up to 375. Mike Dolce can do anything. Oh, Mike, look at this. Walk us through the action, Joe. Well, Mike, it looks like Chris Weidman is holding an invisible baby in his arms. And he's trying to give it to Lyoto. It looks like Lyoto wants no part of that see-through baby, Joe. Chris rocking the newborn, showing a lot of love. Lyoto really hates that baby. Look for Pettis to go for a Showtime punch off the cage here. His foot has fused with the cage, Joe. This could be something new, Mike. Pettis is so creative. Look for him to have the cage attack Nate. Nope, Joe, he is severely injured. Joe, how is it that he can get out of this position? Well, Mike, he needs to completely ignore the laws of physics and just stand straight up. Surprised the G-force of that movement didn't kill them both. Now, Joe, what are the benefits of floating 3 feet in the air and punching yourself in the face? He's looking to score points this round. He's staying very active in the floating position. Reminds me of a young... Don't say it, Mike. Now, this is a huge mistake by Mighty Mouse, Mike. A huge mistake. Joe, with so many fights under his belt, you'd think he would have remembered to enter the cage before the fight started. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Uncle Creepy's trying his best to engage him, but DJ just... he can't get in the cage. Those doors are hard to find sometimes, Joe. They're really not, Mike. And Ian McCall has become a wizard. Psychic suplex. Mike DJ's got to do something here. It looks like Mighty Mouse may have become a T-1000, Joe. He's making his way in there, Mike. This is crazy. T-1000 goes right into the mount. And now both fighters carrying invisible babies. It's twins, Mike.